जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीधर वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी गोपीधर वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, समावेत गौर भक्त वृंद की। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Welcome all of you. So, how many of you were present yesterday? I will accordingly continue today. Yes? Oh, good number of you. Okay, good. Okay, how many of you are coming for the second part today? Yesterday, first part you were not there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6 of you. So, in essence, I was telling yesterday, I'll say you in 2-3 sentences about what does it mean to say Krishna's lotus feet dust or lotus feet honey, which we often hear in Prabhupada's books. So, in the beginning of the talk yesterday, we were saying that let us hear about the glory of Krishna's lotus feet first, and then we'll come to the lotus feet dust. So, we were saying about how if somebody becomes a devotee, one becomes free from two things, abhaya and ashokan, bhaya and shok. You become free from fear, you become free from lamentation. So many examples we are giving. Prabhupada was hearing the bomb sound while baking kachoris for Krishna. He was fearless practically. And in this, Bali Maharaj was fearless also. Parikshit was fearless. And another verse we are quoting yesterday, Samashitaye Padapallava Plavam. That was Prabhupada explains. It's like going in a silver coach, and crossing a puddle of water on the road very easily, effortlessly. Like that a devotee crosses the material existence and goes back to Godhead, Prabhupada said. So, then we quoted many examples of people talking about the dust of Krishna's lotus feet. Rukmini is speaking about it. She says that even Shiva and Brahma are taking dust of your feet on their head to eradicate their ignorance, she is telling. Lakshmi Devi is aspiring for the dust of Krishna's lotus feet, and Kaliya is getting it on his head, dust of Krishna's lotus feet. And gopis are saying anybody who gets the Krishna's lotus feet dust on their head becomes free from the mountain of sins which is turned into powder, they are saying. There are many examples we saw yesterday. I can add some more examples to that. When Lord Rama was in Mithilapuri, he was just about to enter Mithila. The frontiers of Mithila, he put his foot on a stone turned into one woman. Anybody knows? Ahilya, yeah. She turned into Ahilya, isn't it? You can see that. The Lord also put his lotus feet on the head of one great demon who became purified, and then he attained the name in one of the 12 Mahajanas list. Anybody knows who is that? Bali Maharaj. Yeah. Lord put his lotus feet dust on his head, and he became glorified as one of the 12 Mahajans. See? And there is also one of the verses in Bhagavatam, Tasyara Vildanayanasya Padaravinda Hinjal Kamishra Tulasi Makaranda Vayo Antargatasva Vivarena Chakara Tesham Sanshobhamaksharajusham Apichitta Tanvoho. This verse is about the four Kumaras standing at the door of Vaikuntha. They got the fragrance of the tulasi leaf from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. And by that they became purified and they became pure devotees instantly. So like this you can tell about the glory of Lord's lotus feet and lotus feet dust and all that. Then we were talking about, let's go to the, then two more verses I quoted. Krishna Pada Padma Gandhayayi Jana Pai. Anybody who gets the fragrance of the dust of Krishna's lotus feet, they will not even have attraction for the Brahma Loka or Dhruva Loka or any other Loka, Swarga Loka, anything like that. They become detached and very happy always. They are jolly always. That was one thing. Second thing, another verse is said, which is Bhakta Vatsala Kritagnya Samartha Badanya. Anybody who knows these four qualities of Krishna, they will never be taking anybody else's shelter. All this we said yesterday. Now I am going to continue. The last point I said yesterday was about Prithu Maharaj giving the secret of where to get this dust of Krishna's lotus feet. In 3-4 verses he says that he is telling Lord that I don't want to go to heaven, I don't want to go to Satyaloka. They are all useless places because Abrahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Ardhana. I don't want to go anywhere in the material world. Second thing he says, I don't want to go to Brahma Jyoti also, he says. Why? There is no honey of your lotus feet, he says. And then he says, the real honey is where? In the heart of your pure devotees. They are carrying a kalash which is overflowing with that honey of your lotus feet. When they speak your pastimes and glories, at that time it drips out of their lips and it is received by the hearers through their ears. Like that he says, Sa uttama shloka mahan mukacchuto bhavat padam bhoja sudha kananilaha smritim punar vismritatat pavartmanam kuyoginam no vitaratyalam barehi. He is telling that by receiving that sound vibration from the mouths of Vaishnavas, one's forgetfulness goes away. And what comes? Remembrance of the Lord comes. That's what we did yesterday. And then towards the end I told you that one who receives this mercy of Krishna, the dust particles of Krishna's lotus feet, then that devotee becomes free from fear, free from lamentation and all that. But in that mercy there are two types of mercy, ordinary mercy and special mercy. So I was telling you about, you want ordinary dosa or special dosa. So that's where I left yesterday. I'll continue from there today. So what is ordinary mercy? Like somebody goes to Krishna and asks for some material benefit, they got it. Like somebody was telling that when I tell the Krishna Sudama story, people say, Prabhu, how wonderful it is. Sudama just gave some little chipped rice and Krishna gave such a big bungalow. They think that itself is a gift, they think, some people. Or the fruit vendor lady I was telling, she gave some fruits and Krishna gave her gold and silver. Actually, that fruit vendor lady's story is further explained in our Goswami literatures. When she returned home, that fruit vendor lady saw in her basket was heavy, there was so much of gold and silver and diamond. When she saw that, she threw it in one corner of her hut as if it was just some stone particles. She said, she cried. She said, my Lord has cheated me. She said, why? She said, if somebody goes to Lord and he gives them wealth and leaves them, it is a big loss. But the real thing is not the wealth, she said. What she did, she again filled up the basket with fruits, and then she again went to the home of Yashoda. Again she called out for the, fruit somebody wanted to purchase. And Krishna again came running, hearing her voice. He asked her, just now you gave me the fruits, why have you come again? She said, I come to give you more fruits. Then Krishna gathered more fruits. And then he kept it all inside, and then Krishna asked her, now what can I give you? She said, you just sit on my lap, my child, she said. So Krishna sat on her lap, and she told Krishna, please call me once, at least once you call me as Maya, she said. And Krishna called, Maya, like that he called. As soon as he said, Maya, who came? Yashoda came from inside. Maya, like that he called. Immediately she came. So then this fruit vendor lady picked up the child and handed over to Yashoda. Yashoda took Krishna in her hands and shoulders and went inside. So this fruit vendor lady returned home with an empty basket, dancing her way back to home. All her friends asked, why are you dancing today? You seem to be very happy today. Why are you so much in a happy mood? She said, today I got to become mother of Krishna, she said. They said, really? How? She said, because Krishna called me Maya today. So here comes an interesting thing. Krishna can give us goods, but when Krishna becomes our friend, that is greater than getting Krishna's goods. That is the understanding of higher mercy. Like for example, in Bombay, Rishikesh Mafatlal or Srinathji Prabhu, correct? No? So these people are all millionaires. Somebody made them life member, and they may give you some, 50,000 or 30,000 and become a life member, correct? No? You go to them, tell them about ISKCON, they give some money, and they become life members, and that's it. But these people didn't just become life members. They were cultivated very nicely by devotees, and then eventually they came to a point where they started chanting 16 rounds, isn't it? When they became 16 round devotee, they got initiated. They practically were running the temple, Chowpatty Sri Radha Gopinath temple for years together, for decades practically. The whole expenditure and everything came from them. They purchased more property for the temple. And not only they gave money, they became devotees. They even gave classes. They became senior disciples of His Holiness Radheshyamdas Maharaj, and they even did counseling for hundreds of people. They gave money, they gave service, they gave their heart, they gave their senses and mind, they gave services, they gave their life, very life itself. They gave everything. So, in the same manner, if a devotee gets Krishna, then devotee gets everything. But if you got only Krishna's wealth, then you got only little. Like for example, Duryodhana got Narayana Sena, but Arjuna got Krishna, correct? No? So one of the aspects of the special mercy is getting Krishna. Another aspect of special mercy is what I will tell you. Okay, I'll show you something that will make it more clear. If you see in the spiritual progress, Shraddha, first step, 2 is Sadhu Sangha, and 3rd is Bhajana Kriya, 4th is Anartha Nivritti, very steep. Anartha Nivritti. Then 5th is Nishtha. then asakti, and then ruchi and asakti, then bhava and prema. So from step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to nishtha, this is called as monkey way. It's called as markatanyai, which means we have to hold on to Krishna, like the baby monkey holding on to mother monkey, like that. And 5th step onwards, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, that is called the cat kitten way, marjarakanyai. It's called markatanyai, that's called marjarakanyai. That means beyond the nishtha stage, if a devotee wants to advance further, that devotee need not worry at all. Krishna will take care of the devotee. That's why this is very easy. It's a plateau, then you can slide down very easily. So you don't have to do any homework at all here. Automatically you are taken to progress. Only 1 to 5 is our homework. After climbing to the nishtha stage only. Now why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to this stage it is called monkey way? Because the monkey is holding on to mother monkey. When mother monkey jumps from one tree to another, sometimes the baby monkey falls down. And then the mother monkey will keep on going. That means the devotee has to hold on to Krishna in the first 5 stages. Because the devotee has not yet won the trust of Krishna. So in those 5 stages, if you are interested in Maya, then Krishna will allow you to turn to Maya by supplying you forgetfulness. You know the famous verse? What is the famous verse? Sarvasya chaham hridi sanivishto matta smritirjnanam apohanam cha vedaischa sarvair ahameva vaidyo vedanta krit veda videva chaham. He says, Sarvasya chaham hridi sanivishto. I am seated in the heart of every living being. Matta smritirjnanam apohanam. 3 things I gave, divinities, he says. Now what is smriti? Say for example, somebody smoked a cigarette in the previous life. Now again, he has become a devotee, but the tendency for smoking is there. Then Lord will warn that fellow by giving smriti. Hey, you already suffered cancer and you died, don't go for it. He gives smriti. And jnanam means he gives transcendental knowledge through the classes, through the study of the books, spiritual books and all those things. And apohanam means if Jiva is overly interested in Maya and want to boss over other living entities or run away from Krishna, then Krishna doesn't chase. He says, okay, do what you want. He gives the facility for forgetting him. And then slowly he will come. So those 3 things Krishna gives in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stages. But beyond the 5th stage, if a devotee wants to do some mischief or nonsense, Krishna will give a slap and bring him to the right path. He will not let a devotee go in the wrong path. You know the famous verse? Ami vijñayai murka vishayakena diva swacharanamrita diya vishaya bulaiva, he says. This fool wants to enjoy material sense gratification, so he says, Lord says, I will give him a slap and bring him to the senses. He says, that's beyond the 5th stage. Like a cat kitten way. What a kitten has to do to go to another place? He just has to say only one thing. Meow. That's all. Immediately cat will come, catch him by the neck and take him to another place. It doesn't have to do any endeavor. So beyond 5, you don't have any endeavor. Go beyond another nivritti and come to nishtha, that's all. So in that connection, I am going to tell you about special mercy, 2, 3 forms of special mercy. One of it is mentioned in this. All of you repeat this verse. Satyam dishatyartitamartithon nrinam naivartado yat punarartitayataha swayam vidhatte bhajatam anichchatam Ichapidanam nijapada pallavam. See, here the very important question is answered here. Satyam dishati. Does Lord Krishna give material benedictions to his devotees? It's a question mark. The answer is yes, he says. He gives. But how he gives material benefits? Naivartado yat punarartita yataha. Devotee will never again go to Krishna asking for one more material benediction. After getting one benediction, devotee will not go for the second benediction, he says. Why? What is the reason? 3rd line says, Swayam vidatte bhajatam anichchatam. Without even the devotee asking, the Lord gives the honey of his lotus feet to that. Anichyata means he didn't even ask for it, but the Lord gives it. Echapidanam nijapada pallavam. So this requires explanation. This is a very deep philosophical point it is. Like you are going to Krishna for material desire, but Krishna gives you that material desire plus his honey of his lotus feet. Two things he gives you. How? Let me tell you an example. See, one time a thief was running away in a crowded city, and police were chasing after him 10 minutes behind. But then the thief saw that I won't be able to run and escape from the police. So what he did, he entered into ISKCON temple. And then the police went straight. They went away. And the thief escaped. And the thief thought, nobody should detect me in the temple. Immediately he saw everybody is wearing tilak, so he also went and wore a tilak. Although he wore a tilak, he had a big moustache and a tilak. He was sitting in the audience. That's what he was seeing, sitting. And then the speaker was speaking. He heard the speaker speak that, Krishna lives in Vrindavan and Yashoda decorates him with very nice ornaments, with costly necklace and, bracelets and armlets and, jeweled belt and also nupur, ankle belts in his feet and everything. So when he heard all these things and ring in the finger and everything, so the more he heard, the thief was more tempted by Krishna's opulences. And then he was wondering, where is this Krishna? Krishna, Krishna, he keeps saying. Then the speaker said, that Krishna lives in Vrindavan, in the bank of Yamuna, under the Kadamba tree. Then he plays his pastimes there. He plays on a flute. He has a peacock feather on his head. He has blackish locks of curly hair. His body is like a bluish of hair. All that he was telling. Quickly he was making notes of everything. Because he thought it was very important. After the class got over, any questions the speaker asked? Only one fellow had question, which was this fellow. And what question he asked, he wanted to confirm whatever notes he made was correct. He checked with the speaker. So after that, the speaker confirmed it. Then this fellow again got up and went out. He thought, it seems to me that if I meet this one Krishna, all my life's booty, whatever I have to steal, I will get in one day. So he had a firm faith in what he heard. And then he went to Vrindavan. You see, whatever you are looking for in this world, that you will get. If you are looking for sense gratification, you get sense gratification. If you look for liberation, you get liberation. You look for Krishna, you get Krishna. Whatever you get, you will get. So, this fellow, when he came, he was thinking, this is Yamuna, and here is bank of Yamuna, here is a Kadamba Kanan forest, and the person is supposed to be blue, and on that day Krishna purposefully kept himself alone, so that no one else would be around. Generally Krishna is surrounded by his devotees. That day he kept himself alone so that the thief can come. This fellow's name was Daku Bhagat. So when he came near Krishna, he saw, this is the same bluish sapphire-like boy. He has a peacock feather, he has curly locks of hair. Immediately purchased a 2 rupee banana. So he opened the banana and gave it to the boy. The boy, of course, Krishna, anybody gives lovingly, he accepts immediately. He accepted it. When Krishna was about to put in the mouth and eat the banana, this fellow put his hand in the necklace and he started stealing it. As soon as he touched the necklace, Krishna caught his hand and said, hey, this you cannot take. Ma Yashoda will ask me, where is the necklace? This you cannot take. He caught his hand and immediately the fellow fell to the ground, rolling on the dust of bank of Yamuna and started crying. And Krishna asked, why are you crying? I think you are crying that I am not giving necklace. Okay, I'll give you a necklace, take it, he said. You are still crying. No, I don't want, he said. Okay, I will give you the bangles also, he said. No, he said. I think you are not satisfied with it. Take my jeweled belt also, he said. And that fellow said, no, I don't want anything, he said. Then Krishna was surprised. Why do you say you don't want anything? He said, now that I have seen you, I have no more attraction for any of these things. Now then he became a Baba in the bank of Yamuna, and he remained there for whole life. He became a pure devotee of Krishna. So here is an example of how one went for one purpose and then he eventually got Krishna. This is what Krishna is saying in third line. Swayam viratti bhajatam anicchatam. This fellow never went to become a devotee. But Krishna gives Nijapada Pallavam. he gave his special mercy and made him a devotee. And then he lost his materialistic attractions. Like that it is said. You see, there's a true story. In Mumbai, one fellow was lying in a railway line to commit suicide. Can you imagine? But as usual, Indian trains are a little late always. That day the train was 4 hours late. He was lying and lying and lying, wondering why train is not coming. And somebody saw him lying and they told the police. And the police came and picked him up and said, "Hey, you cannot commit suicide. Come here with us." They took him, they warned him, they spoke to him and everything, and they sent him. Because he was frustrated with life, you see. And when he came to the platform, he heard one man was singing one song. It's a very famous Hindi song, movie song. And that song, the meaning of the song is that it's a very, you may be knowing the tune, I don't remember the words. Like that, that's the tune. No, 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 no. Like that it goes on like this. You know that? Yeah, it's a famous song it is. So that song says, when you go to that abode where all water is honey, everybody is very sweet, and there is no suffering, there is no, any kind of, pinch there. Everyone is sweet, everything is sweet, like that, there is a song. So when he heard the song, he was so thrilled, he asked the man, "Hare, I am looking for a place like that. In this world I am suffering like anything." Then he told which movie it belongs to. Then he went to the movie director. Then he sent him to the song writer. When he went to the song writer and asked, "Sir, where is this place that you are describing?" The songwriter laughed and said, No, I just made up this song. I don't know where is such a place. But then the songwriter told one thing. But one observation I have made, if you go to Chowpatty, Sri Radha Gopinath Mandir, that is one place I have seen, these guys, Hare Krishna guys, are always dancing. They are dancing, they are singing, they are eating nice food. Maybe you can go and ask about this, he said. So this man came to the temple there. And he came on a Sunday. And then he saw all the people were dancing and singing. He was wondering, because when he came come to a temple, such a vibrant kirtan was going on. So people dragged him to come and dance in the kirtan also. He also danced with them, sang with them. After that, one devotee met him and took his phone number and took him for prasad. Then he asked how much I had to pay for this. It was some festival day it was. He got a big plate of 8-10 items prasad. And when he came to know it is free, he said, "Why nobody told me before? I would bring my wife also. I bring my wife and children also. It's such a big plate of prasad." So then he started coming every Sunday. Started coming regularly. Sunday he started coming, then gradually started hearing lecture. Then he also thought every evening there is different place, you go for program, dinner is taken care. So he was going to different places. So he was thinking that I will gain from Krishna so many nice things. But in the course of attending for about 6 months to 1 year, he became a serious devotee, went to the point of 16 rounds, got initiated. Now he's one of the counselors in Bombay. Became a counselor in Bombay. So that devotee was telling how, this is Krishna's very special mercy. Krishna dragged him, he went to commit suicide, and then Krishna dragged him to his lotus feet and made him a devotee. Like that. So some people have received such special mercy from the Lord. Another story, I'll tell you a true story. One day I was at the last room in Pune, Kunjiberi temple. In those days we had a landline, not like the mobile. The landline, one call came, I picked up. I asked, "Who is that?" So they asked me, "Is there somebody called Santosh?" And I looked in the ashram, there's nobody like that. I said, "No one, this is a temple, ISKCON temple," I said. Then he said, "I'm sorry, it's a wrong number," he said. Then I told him, "No, it's not a wrong number, it's God's number," I told him. I'm wondering, really? God's number? How is it? Then I said, "This is ISKCON temple." He asked, "Who is speaking? Is God speaking?" He asked it. So then I told him, No, we are God's servants living here in the temple. And that temple is also Radha Kunjiberi temple, correct now? So it is Radha Kunjiberi temple. He asked, "What is that?" Then I told him about it. I told him, "Give me 5 minutes, I'll explain to you." Then I told him about Prabhupada going to America and starting ISKCON temples worldwide. And then I told him about ISKCON Pune. And I told him we have every Sunday nice program and everything. I told him he can come next Sunday, he come. And he came. Then I introduced him to the program and everything, and I forgot. 6 years later, one day, this fellow was wearing a Harinam Chadar around his body, and he and his wife, they offered me obeisances. I totally forgot this fellow. When he got up, he had tears brimming in his eyes, and he told me, Radheshyamji, you remember who I am? I said, who are you? Tell me. He said, I am the same person who phoned you. And you said, I said it's wrong number, you said it's God's number. Do you remember? भगवान इतने कृपालु हैं कि हमको अपने श्री चरणों की ओर खींच लिया हमको. That is the first day I came. After that I never stopped coming. Now I got initiated today, he said. He became an initiated devotee. So there is one verse which says this. Priyamana Hare Nama Grinan Putropacharitam Ajamilopyagadhama Kimbuta Shraddaya Grinan. This verse says, Priyamana means at the time of death. Grinan Putropacharitam. Our Ajamila called whose name? Narayana name, but who was it? Son. He was calling his son. Narayana, he called like that. But then Lord Narayana took notice of that. He told his Vishnudutas, go immediately. Somebody is calling my name. Vishnu told him, my dear Lord, he is not calling you, he is calling his own son. Lord said, give him a benefit of doubt. Maybe he is calling me. Better you guys go immediately. So you can see that. And then Yamaraj is telling, even though he called his son, Narayana thought my name is being called, I should send Vishnudutas to protect him. You can see how Lord is so kind. What to speak of those who intentionally chant Krishna's name or Narayana's name, addressing only the Lord, not someone else. How much more benefit they will get, he says. See, even in this world it is seen, by uttering one name of some big person, some work can be done. You have seen that? Namocharana mahatmyam Hare pashyada putrakaha Adamilopiteneva mrityupashat amuchyata, he says. Namocharana matrena means only by uttering that one name of Narayana, Yamapash was cut. Yama's rope was cut. Similarly, when I went to one housing colony, it was a Crorepati's housing colony in Pune. So I wanted to enter with a car, but the watchman stopped me. Seeing my dress, he thought that this fellow will go for asking donation or something. He didn't allow me. So he said, no, Swami, you cannot go inside. Unfortunately, I didn't have the phone number of the person also. Then I opened my diary. In the diary, I had the name of the person and the house number also I had. I just opened my notebook and showed to the watchman. Immediately the door opened. He allowed me to go in. He understood it's the same correct person. I have some known person inside. On that day I got a realization that by showing the name of a Crorepati, the door of the colony opened. By calling out the name of Lakshmipati, the door of Vaikuntha can open. Right now? Isn't it? That's how Ajamila was saved. One moment that Narayana name saved him from Yamapash, he said. So, this devotee who called wrong number, Ajamila also called a wrong number. He called the right number or wrong number? Oh, he called a wrong number. Why he called the wrong number? He called his son. He didn't address the Lord. But despite calling wrong number, some or other Lord Narayana took notice of that. Similarly, somebody called the temple number by, I think one digit must have got mistaken, he called the temple number. And then immediately Lord attracted him to his lotus feet. See how the Lord behaves is very miraculous. Somebody by mistake also comes to him, Lord will say, no mistake, come here, no problem. He is ready to accept immediately. So Lord's special mercy comes in various ways, but some of the types of special mercy that Krishna shows, they are extraordinary, I will show you. All of you repeat this verse. Pumsam shlagyatamam manye dandamarhat tamarpitam yam namata pita bhrata suryaschadishantihi. This is spoken by Bali Maharaj. Although a father, mother, brother or friend may sometimes punish one as a well-wisher, they never punish their subordinates like this. But because you are the most worshipable Lord, I regard the punishment you have given me as most exalted. See, when does this come, I will tell you. This verse, When Lord Vamanadev had come to the sacrificial arena, you all know the background of the pastime. You know, the demons had taken away the property of Devatas. And then Aditi prayed to Lord Vishnu, and Vishnu said, I'll come, don't worry. Devatas will get their kingdom back. Lord assured them. And then he came, Lord Krishna came as what? Keshavadrita Vamana Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare. So what is the line before that? Chalayasi Vikramane Balimadbhuta Vamana. That's the line. So Lord came to do a trick. What the trick he did? He came like a very small dwarf Brahmana boy. So I'll just show you that. Yeah, this is the one. We all can recite this. Chalayasi Vikramane Balimadbhuta Vamana. Everybody? Chalayasi Vikramane Balimadbhuta Vamana. Padanaka Nira Janita Jana Pavana. Keshavadrita Vamana Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare. Jaya Jagadish Hare. Jaya Jagadish Hare. Vamana Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare. Jaya Jagadish Hare. See, here you find in the picture, as per the prayer of Aditi, Lord Krishna comes in the form of dwarf Brahman, and is given an umbrella, is given a kamandalu, sacred thread, and deer skin to wear. All the devatas come and gift him various things. Everybody is pleased with his arrival. Now he says, I will get your kingdom back. So he goes to the palace of Bali Maharaj. At that time Bali Maharaj is ruling all the three worlds. And Bali Maharaj, seeing this effulgent Brahmana, everybody got up to offer obeisances. And then he gave him the elevated asana to sit. As you see in the second picture, he is sitting. Bali Maharaj is coming and offering obeisances. Then he asked this Brahman, oh Brahman, what charity can I give you? And he said, give me 3 steps of land. And Bali was surprised. You are coming to a Triloka Adhipati like this. I am master of all the 3 worlds. I can give you a planet if you want. And you are only asking for just 3 steps of land. It seems like you are a small Bala and your Buddhi is also Bala Buddhi. But the small boy was insistent. He said, I don't take anything more than what I need. Because the Brahmana should not accept more than what he needs. I won't accept, he said. King insisted. He said that, see, people tomorrow will criticize me that the asking person had no intelligence, but the giving person also is not intelligent. Giving person, tomorrow you will get married, at that time you will need more land. Better you take bigger patch of land and keep it. But the boy insisted only 3 steps. And then he took the kamandalu and he was about to give. At that time, Shukracharya felt that maybe this Brahmana appears to be very effulgent and he may be Lord Vishnu. So he told the king, do not give him. You say that you never promised or something like that. So, but the king understood that if it is Vishnu, you want to, whatever he has only given me, he wants to take it back, I am ready to give it. He was ready for it. Of course, Shukracharya tried to become a bumblebee and block the kamandalu in pouring water. But Vamandev smiled and he took one dhruva grass and he poked the hole, poked into the hole of the kamandalu, and when the eyes were hurt of the bumblebee came out. Then after that our king could offer the water. As soon as he offered the water, the Lord grew up like this, Trivikrama. And he measured the upper planetary systems in one lotus feet. Now that is the time he did this one. Second line he said, Padanaka Nira Janita Jana Pavana. He touched the shell of the universe and then the Ganga water started flowing in. And then touching his feet, the Ganga water became sacred. It came down to the heavenly planets after that. So everybody was shocked seeing that huge form. 2 feet, one up, one below, he measured everything. Then he asked, my dear king, where can I put the third feet? Huh? You promised me 3 steps. At that time, Lord told him that, I will bind you with Varuna Pash, ropes of Varuna, because you didn't keep your promise. At the time, his Guru Shukracharya was shouting, all the ministers were all angry, the Praja was weeping, his wife was telling him that ultimately, my dear Lord, everything belongs to you. But persons like this, Bali Maharaj, my husband, she said, they become very proud of their proprietorship. Everything actually is owned by you. You are our master, like that she said. So seeing all these things, Bali Maharaj, you can imagine it's a time of insult in a public place. Brahma, who was also there, he was in tears. He told Lord Vamanadeva, you are easily satisfied with even Gangajal and Tulasi. This fellow is giving you all the 3 planetary systems. Why are you not satisfied with that? He is giving you everything. Lord told Brahma, shh, be patient. This is the last part of the test I am doing now. Let us see how this fellow responds to this. Either he will become a pure devotee or he will remain a demon. Let us see. At that time, Bali Maharaj told the Lord, my dear Lord, everything belongs to you, including myself. I give myself to you in Atma Nivedanam. Remembering his grandfather Prahalad, he bowed down to Lord Vamanadeva. And then Lord kept the lotus feet on his head. Immediately he became sanctified. Lord told him, 3 benedictions I give you today. One is you become Sutalaloka king, Bilaswarga. Then I will become your Dwarapalaka. And then you will become the next Indra. Whatever I am taking from you, I will give you all those things back to you when you become Indra. So like that the Lord told him. One important thing is this, when Bali Maharaj gave this arigya to the Brahmana boy, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, he gave it very lovingly. He saw the effulgent boy and he was very happy to give him. He had no remorse that I have given him. Exactly like, imagine you have a big plate of prasad, you have many items in the plate and you have a gulab jamun also. Generally people keep the sweet for last. They finish everything and lastly they eat it, so that the sweetness remains in the mouth always. Imagine if some hand comes from behind and takes away your gulab jamun roti. Will anybody allow this? You will tell anybody, take anything you want, but except the sweet. But then you are seeing who is taking it. Let us say it happens to be your spiritual master. How many of you will give it away to your guru? Yes? Anybody is a little reserved to give? Correct? If guru is asking, you may give the whole plate also. Why only gulab jamun? In the same manner, he thought that Lord has lovingly come to take from me, I should give it all to him. Happily gave it. And Lord made him one of the 12 Mahajans immediately. So this is an example of, special mercy. Why special mercy? Lord says, Yasyaham anugrhanami harishye tadhanam shanai. Actually, when my devotee becomes proud, to remove his false pride, because Bali was very proud that I am now Trilokadipati. I am the master of all the 3 lokas. Number 1. Number 2, he had stolen the property of the Devatas. So the stolen property should be given back to Devatas and his pride should be removed. To do these 2 things, the Lord came and did this Leela. And in this way, Devatas got the property back and Bali got his pride relieved by accepting Atma Nivedanam, and he became Mahajan, one of the Mahajans. See, this may appear to be cruelty for some people, but if you very carefully observe, it is not cruelty. I'll tell you why. Say sometimes a child is taking a mobile, keeping it in the ears. It's not good for the child. It may get heated up. Child's skull is very soft. So mother may take away that mobile and she may keep it on a fridge or some in the top or bureau top or something. Child may cry. But when the child grows up to teenage, 15 or 20, then the mother may give it back to the child, isn't it? Similarly, Lord took away when Bali was proud. And later on when he was qualified to become Indra, he gave it back to him. It's not that Lord kept it with himself. So, the special mercy sometimes is not understandable. It can be bewildering, but the special mercy makes the devotee highly qualified. His name entered into the list of Mahajanas. Correct? Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu, Kumara, Kapila, Manu, Prahalada, Janako, Bhishmo, Bali Maharaj, there his name comes there. So, another special mercy example I will show you. Bharat Maharaj, as you all know, went to the forest at the prime of his youth. He renounced everything. And then he was worshipping Lord Vishnu, doing his Sandhya, Trisandhya and everything, glorifying Lord Vishnu. There were tears welling up in his eyes. He was a very exalted soul. But then, one day, when he went to take a bath in the river, he saw one deer jumping across the river. And a fawn, small baby deer, fell in the water and drowning. So he took pity, and then he picked up the deer and brought the deer to his hut and then tended to the needs of the deer. The problem was, in the course of doing that, he developed attachment to the deer. How do you know that? Look at this picture here. He is offering ahuti in the fire, but where are his eyes? Yeah. Similarly, in your life also you will see all of us have different type of deers. For some people, smartphone is a deer. Correct, no? Yeah. For somebody, the newborn baby sometimes may take away all the attention of the mother and she may not be able to chant the holy name. She should know the smart idea of how to take care of the child on one hand and take care of her spiritual life on the other. Similarly, for somebody, the office or the business or the economic success, this can be a deer also, distracting. Similarly, for a young boy, in his academic, he loses his academic focus when he gets into romantic activities. That may be his deer. Everybody has different deer, different type of deer. So all these different deers that come in people's lives distract them from going back to Godhead. So in this way, he was making a show of worship, but he was not absorbed. And the result was what happened. Looking at see here. One day the deer was missing and he became very much anxious, searching for it here and there. He stumbled and fell in a valley. At that time, when he was about to die, he remembered the deer in his mind. Because he remembered the deer, therefore in the next life he becomes a deer, you see. Like this, Bharat became a deer in the next life. Yeah. So now this appears like a punishment for the people of the world. But although he became a deer in the next life, there are certain special, see he is saying, Aho kashtam brashtoham atmavatam anupatat yad vimukta samasta sangasya vivikta punyaranya sharanasya atmavata atmani sarvesham atmanam bhagavati vasudeve tad anushravana manana sankirtana aradhana anusvarana abhiyogena. Like that he says, I was doing regularly sankirtana of the Lord, worship of the Lord, remembrance of the Lord, engaged in devotional activities where Vivikta Punyaranya Sharanasya Atmavata is saying. It was a secluded forest. Vimukta Samasta Sangasya. I gave up all bad association in the city and in the kingdom. He is saying. Although I was doing all these things, Aho Kashtam Brashtoham, now I have fallen down. How? He is saying here. He is saying, Samaveshitam Samahitam Karchnena Manastattu Punar Mamabu Dasyara Mrigasutam Anuparishushava. I became attached to one Mrigasutam, one child of a deer. I became attached to it, so I fell down. So he lamented. See, when he lamented, there is a special concession for a devotee. What is it? Even if a devotee attains non-human body, by Lord's grace, the devotee advances further in devotional service, whether by remembering his past life or by natural causes. See, this deer had very, very special qualifications. What he did, as soon as he was born in Kalanjara Parvat, he decided that if I remain in my native place, my mother, father will pamper me. Generally, when a child gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning, mom says, Beta, why did you get up so early? Sleep till 8 o'clock. Then the child may sleep till 8 o'clock. At home, we get pampered. That is why we are sent to Gurukula. Guru will tell you at 4 o'clock, get up now. Take a bath and come for Mangalarti. At home, we may be pampered. So the deer thought, if I am at home in Kalanjar Parvat, I will be pampered by my parents. So he left Kalanjar Parvat and went to Tapovanam. Where is it? That Pulahashrama. That is the first symptom of his seriousness. Secondly, in Pulahashrama also he got lushy green grass to eat. But he ate only dry grass. Why? He thought if I eat lushy green grass, I will become plumpy deer. Then I will look for a mate, and then I will be running here and there doing romantic activities. I will forget God. So let me keep my body very slim and simple. So he ate dry grass and kept very austere life he did. That's the second symptom of seriousness. Third, he was always sitting behind the bush and hearing the lectures and sermons of those saintly persons who are doing penances in the Pulahashrama. Very attentively he was hearing. That's the third symptom. He was eager for hearing. And fourthly, after hearing the lectures, he would go to seclusion and weep tears, thinking about how foolish I was, that I got distracted by a deer. So he was repentant constantly. See, in the tears of repentance, all your sinful reactions are washed away, like that. So in this way, now you think about it, is the deer more advanced than before in spiritual life or less advanced? What do you think? Yeah? How many of you say is more advanced? Okay, why? On what basis we can say he is more advanced? Because earlier he was slack in spiritual life. Now he is serious in spiritual life. That means, materially speaking, he got a body which is inferior to human body. But spiritually speaking, he got a body where he became more serious in Krishna consciousness. You understand this point? Like I will show you, there is one deer in Vrindavan, it got wounded in the forest. Saw this deer, I was dancing. Actually, this deer was wounded in the forest. So these people, devotees, brought it and they, nursed the deer. And when the wound got cured, they left it back in the forest. But the deer was so attached to the kirtan, it came back to the same spot. And it wants to dance with all the devotees. So when I saw this deer, Bharat must have been like this only. Correct, no? Because he became serious in spiritual life. So now what do you think? Did Bharat get mercy or he got curse? How many of you can appreciate that he got mercy? Yeah, that is the whole point. This is called special mercy. Actually, why it is considered special? A devotee is going in the wrong path, the Lord wants to give a pinch. And Lord wants to bring the devotee to the right path. That's why it's called special mercy. I will show you another one for special mercy. Another example I will give. You all know this pastime, right? What is pastime? Yeah. So you all know Indra committed a big blunder, you all know that. For killing the cows and calves and everything. Krishna lifted the Govardhan and gave shelter. After that you see what Krishna is doing. He is standing alone. Why? Because he doesn't want to insult Indra in the public. He told all the devotees to go and do their activities. And then he is standing in the Govindakund area alone. And then Indra is coming now. So Indra is coming in Airavat. And Krishna is waiting. See, Krishna is watching. Indra coming. See, Krishna turned his face away. He is not even looking at him. So Indra also felt ashamed. So he kept the Airavat far behind. And he got down and he is walking towards Krishna now. Look at his face. It's hanging down. You look at his hands like this. So he is ashamed that I have done a great offense to Krishna's pure devotees in Vrindavan. So he puts his head down. Pita Gurustvam Jagatam Adesho Duratyaya kala upata dandaha hitaya checha tanuvi samihase manam vidhunman jagadisha maninam. See, Indra is telling, my dear Lord, you are not just a controller. If you are a supreme controller, you could have solidly punished me, by beating me up or sending me to Yamaloka and getting me beaten by Yamadutas or somebody like that. You can do that. But you are so kind that you are like a Pita and Mata also. You are Guru also, he is saying. You are like a spiritual master because your goal is to purify my pride, not to just punish me. If you want to punish me, beat me up, you could have done it. But now you call me to this private place and you are giving me some teachings. You are purifying me. And not only that, you lifted the Govardhan hill and by lifting the Govardhan hill, you smashed my false pride. Like that he is praising the Lord. Not only that, see Lord what he is saying, Mam Aishwarya Shri Madando Dandapanim na pashyati tam brahmshayami sampadbhyo yasya checham yanugraham. If somebody becomes proud, Indra, what do? I smash his false pride to show my mercy to him, he says. See, Lord is saying here, Mayate kari madhavan madhavan gonu grihnata Madanusmataye nityam mattasyendra shriya vrisham. So I did Makhabanga. I spoiled your sacrifice. Why? To show my anugrahanata. Looks very strange, is it not true? To show my mercy to you, I took away your yajna, he says. Can any of you tell me how Krishna, by asking Vijavasis to worship the Govardhan hill, how did he show his mercy to Indra? Who can say? If you are able to answer this question, then you have understood special mercy. By taking away the sacrifice which was intended for Indra and doing it for Govardhan, how did Krishna show mercy to Indra? Who can say?
The Indra got the realization.
Yeah.
That was the opportunity, otherwise he never get an opportunity to get the realization.
Very good. Give him an applause. Haribol. See, in this world, the greatest achievement is not to become king of heaven. That anybody can be posted as king of heaven and removed. But to get the realization, I am Krishna's servant. So Indra became free from false pride and attained that servitorship. That is speciality. He correctly captured that. Therefore, when Lord saw that, see Indra, what he is saying here, see what is the meaning of this picture? What is Indra doing? He is keeping his mukut down, which means he is telling Krishna that I am resigning from my post as Indra. Now you appoint anybody you want, my Lord. I am unqualified to be Indra anymore. I have offended your devotees. I am very sorry. Now you punish me in the way you want. Like that he surrendered. This is the success of Indra. That means Indra got the, number one, Indra has given up false pride. Number two, he is ready to accept punishment. Number three, he is ready to give up his post also. Number four, he has understood that Krishna is my master. I am his eternal servant. And I forgot my upward connection and I acted foolishly. So who can tell me 4 or 5 points I told you now? At least one who can say. Any one point? These are the most important points in this pastime. Anybody? Any one point? Ready to accept punishment. And then? Thank you.
He realized what mistake he did.
He realized?
What mistake he did of offending the devotees.
Offended his devotees. Yeah, correct. One more thing. He was ready to resign from his post. He was ready to give up his post. Is it easy for somebody to agree to give up? People will say, please don't punish me and don't take away the post also. Correct, no? So keep me in the post and don't punish me and forgive me, they will say. But Indra didn't say that. Indra might, Lord, I am the greatest of the fools, forgive me, but I am ready to give. See, he is keeping the mukut down. I am ready to resign from my post. If you have to punish me, you punish me as you like. And I committed a very big mistake. And more important than all these realizations is, now I have realized you are my master. You are my master, I am your servant. I forgot this position foolishly. So this is the priceless jewel like realizations Indra attained. And then Krishna is telling him, Gamyatam shakrabhadram vaha kriyatam menushasanam steyatam swadhikareshu yuktair vastam bhavarjitaihi. Indra, Shakra means Shatakratu. Shatakratu, performer of 100 sacrifices. Gamyatam, now you may go now. Oh, auspicious one. Like that he is saying. Why is he using the word Bhadram? Because earlier there was Kalmashan Indra, of false pride. Now he has given up the false pride, so Krishna is calling him Bhadram. Oh, auspicious Indra, you may go now. Kriyatame anushasanam. You can continue to rule as Indra. Don't give up your post, but give up your pride, he told him. That's what Sambhavarjitaihi. Continue your rule, but give up your pride. That's Krishna's forgiveness. How kind he is. Although Indra committed a very big blunder, Krishna took it positively. How he took positively? Krishna thought that, you see, because of this Indra's, behavior, I got all the Vijabhajis under one umbrella. 7 days and 7 nights. Indra gave me opportunity to associate with mother, father, friends, gopis, gopas, cows, calves, everybody. So Krishna thought, if Indra didn't shower such a rain, I would not have got this opportunity. So in this way, Krishna took it to his advantage. One last example I am going to give, and then we are going to conclude. This Jarasandha had put 20,700 kings in a jail. He had captured them from various parts of the world. Because at that time these guys were all fighting with one another. So Indra thought it was a very good opportunity. So that time, so they all wrote a letter to Krishna. Oh Lord, please come and save us from the jail. We are, we are not eating proper food, no proper water. This is the chapter. Here there is something very important here in this for special mercy. See, Prabhupada writes here, 20,800 kings. Krishna, after freeing the kings imprisoned by Jarasandha, mercifully gave them his audience and bestowed royal gifts upon them. When Lord Krishna freed the 20,800 kings Jarasandha had imprisoned, they immediately fell to the ground to pay him obeisances. Then they stood with joined palms and began to pray to him, seeing their imprisonment as an act of mercy of the Lord to smash their false pride. The kings prayed only to be granted whatever would facilitate their perpetual remembrance of his lotus feet. So you will see here, it's a very, very beautiful chapter. Kshukshamaha shushkavadanaha samrodha parikarshitaha tadrishuste ghanashyamam pitagausheya vasasam. Kshut means hungry. Kshukshamaha shushkavadana. Their lips and their face had become completely dry. They were very hungry. And they had become skinny. For many, many long years, they didn't get food or water properly in the jail. Dadrishuste ghanashyamam. Suddenly the jail gate opened and they saw the beautiful darshan of Krishna in his bluish sapphire-like form with mukut and kundal and curly locks of hair. We saw him. Shrivatsankam chaturbahum padmagarbharunekshanam charu prasanna badanam suranmakarakundalam. They saw the Srivatsa Chinna in Krishna's chest. Chaturbaham, Krishna showed a 400 form to them. Padma Garbhanudekshanam. His face was like a bluish lotus, and his eyes were like lotus petals. Charu Prasanna Vadanam. Krishna was smiling very beautifully. And his glittering earring was glittering and it was shining on his cheeks very beautifully. Padmahastam Gadashankar Tatangairupa Kiritahara Kataka Kati Sutrangadanchitam. Yeah. So he was holding Shankachakra Gadapadma in the hands, and he was also having Mukat, and he was having a jeweled belt in the hip. Brajat Paramanigrivam Nivitam Manamalaya Pibantaiva Chaksharbhyam Lihantaiva Jihvaya. See, Krishna's face was shining very beautifully, and he was wearing a Vanamala also on his neck. At that time the kings drank the beauty of Krishna with their eyes. It is said, Chakshuhu, as if one is eating some Shrikhand or Gulab Jamun with one's mouth. Like that they were drinking the beauty of Krishna with their eyes, he says. And then it says here, with all their senses they were taking in the beauty of Krishna. That time they are saying one very important verse, which is what is the concluding verse I wanted to tell you now. See, Krishna Sandarshan Ahlada Dvasta Sambrodhana Klamaha Prashasam Sur Hrishikesham Girvihi Pranjalayo Nripaha. See, Krishna Sandarshan Ahlada. By the contact with Krishna, their mind and senses became enlivened and Krishna conscious bliss. This is our situation also. Before coming to Krishna consciousness, we were thoroughly frustrated by the burning Maya, the outside world. The moment we met the devotees, started chanting Hare Krishna, eating prasad, and reading Prabhupada books, we also are like these kings. Krishna Sandarshana Akhlada. Akhlada means bliss came in our life. Dvasta Sambrodhana Klama. All the tiredness went away. Prashasam Sur Hrishikesham Girvihi Pranjali. With their voice, they started praising Krishna's beauty and his glory. They started, here what they are saying. Rajana Uchuhu Namaste Deva Devesha Prapannarti Harabhyaya Prapannan Pahina Krishna Nirvindan Ghora Samsrutehe. We offer obeisances in your lotus feet, Deva Devesha. You are the master of the 33 crore devatas. Prapanna Arti Harabhyaya. Anyone who surrenders to you, you take away their miseries. Prapannan Pahina Krishna. We are all surrendering to you, protect us. Nirvinnan Ghora Samsrute. Save us from this very deadly and ghastly material existence, which is always subjecting us to forgetfulness of you. Please give us your remembrance, they are saying, the kings. And this is the last verse I am going to recite. Please repeat. Nainam Nathanu Suyamo Magadam Madhusudana Anugraho Yad Bhavato Rajnyam Rajya Chutir Vibho. They are saying, Nayenam Natha Anusuyamo. We are not at all envious of Magadam Madhusudana. The king of Magadha Desh, who is it? Jarasandha. We are not envious of Jarasandha that he captured us, put us in the jail, didn't give us food and water properly. For so many years he made us suffer. We are not at all angry with him, not at all envious of him. Why? What is the reason? Anugraho yadbhavato. By his mercy only we got your darshan. They are saying. By whose mercy? By Jarasandha's torturing us, we got your darshan. Rajnyam Rajya Chitir Vibho. Like that he is saying. By his mercy, he made us fall from our kingly position. But by his making us fall down from kingly position, we came to the jail. By coming to jail, we saw your darshan. Therefore, we are not at all envious of him. Like that he is saying. So this is a very amazing thing. Like one time, one devotee got locked up in the kitchen because they just locked the door and went away thinking no one is there. But the devotee was hungry. It was lunch time, From morning breakfast he didn't get. But 11 o'clock he found there was a lot of gulab jamun in the kitchen. So he got locked up with the gulab jamuns. Is it wonderful or not, isn't it? So he had a good feast of gulab jamun until they opened the door. He said, Prabhu, I didn't get any breakfast, but thank you for locking me up. I got 2 dozen gulab jamuns to eat. Similarly, these people said, although we are put in the jail, along with the jail was we got Krishna darshan. Therefore, we are not envious of our Magadendra. So here is the last point which I wanted to tell you. Auspicious and inauspicious and all are based on only one thing, whether it brings you closer to Krishna or takes you far away from Krishna. One time in Pune, I got a phone call. Somebody said, some rich man has passed away. They wanted you for the cremation. If you can come and do kirtan. I said, I will send a couple of devotees. I said, they said, no, they wanted you to come. I said, no, I am very busy. My whole day is lined up with many things. I said. They said, no, 300 people are coming. They wanted you to talk 20 minutes to half an hour. And they also wanted 300 Bhagavad Gitas also. If you come, they will take 300 Gitas. I said, immediately I am coming. I said, wonderful, go to an opportunity. I cancelled my other program and I went. So I gave 300 copies of Gita to people, and then I gave a lecture, did kirtan and everything. So now, going to Shmashan or graveyard may be considered inauspicious. But if you can give a copy of Bhagavad Gita and give a talk about Krishna's message, the same place can become auspicious. So what is auspicious, what is inauspicious depends on connection to Krishna consciousness. On the other hand, one senior devotee was telling, he was invited for a marriage. You all may be knowing Radha Gopinath Prabhu, very famous devotee. So they called him to one Mangal Karyalaya to do a program in the marriage. But then they had made a stage also for that. So Prabhuji sat on the stage, but 1,000 people had come and everybody was talking. Kacha, 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 kacha. They were all moving, going this way, that way. And everybody was dressed and decorated in glamorous dresses like this, because people don't. You come to temple to take darshan of the Lord. In marriage, you go to give darshan. Isn't it? So, Prabhuji was sitting. Prabhuji asked the organizer, when is the lecture? He said, right now only, Prabhu. You start kirtan, they will all sit down. He said. Prabhuji closed his eyes tightly and did the kirtan. Roaring kirtan, he did about 20 minutes, and then he opened eyes. The situation was the same. People are all standing in groups, talking to each other. Nobody is sitting down. Then he asked the speaker, asked the organizer what to do. He said, Prabhuji, I am very sorry, I never expected this. I invited you, I am sorry, please you take some prasad and you can push off. So Prabhuji said, they have given the name Mangal Karyalaya, but there was no Mangal I could do, he said. So, we can call it a Mangal Karyalaya, but it may be an auspicious place, but they didn't pay heed to the auspicious message. Correct, no? On the other hand, Shmashan is an inauspicious place, where people are taking a Bhagavad Gita and people are, hearing a talk, understanding the temporary nature of the material existence, want to go back to Godhead. So in this way, we should know how to tap Krishna's mercy even in difficulties in our life. For Gajendra, the crocodile catching was Krishna's mercy because he could remember the Lord and go back to God. Correct, no? So devotee doesn't fear sufferings in life. Special mercy may come in the form of a suffering. Correct, no? In Chowpatty one day, earthquake came. In the early morning in 93. We were all in the ashram. Morning, it was shaking, earth was shaking, vibrating. We were all brahmacharis, we got up at 2:30 only, 2:30, 2:45. Because vibration. We fell off the cot. And everybody chanted Hare Krishna so loudly. All the lights were put on and everything. Of course, it was a very small tremor. It wasn't very big. It went on for about 5 minutes or so. And then that day when His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj gave a Bhagavatam class, he said, today morning everybody experienced a tremor on earth, earthquake. I wished that let it go on forever and ever, he said. He asked, why you want it to go on forever? He said, you guys have never chanted so desperately. He said. So, therefore, a difficulty may appear as difficulty, but sometimes difficulty can remind us of the Lord. So, Krishna's special mercy may come as it came in the life of Bali Maharaj, or as it came in the life of these 20,800 kings. It came in the life of Indra. It takes different shapes and forms. Or it came in the life of Daku Bhagat, correct, no? He got the special mercy in the temple, and then he got darshan of Krishna. And Dhruva Maharaj also lost the taste for material enjoyment. He got special mercy. So special mercy is that mercy which is not straightforward mercy. It comes a bit indirectly. Although it comes indirectly, ultimately devotee understands that why the Lord did what He did. He wanted to bring me to His lotus feet, so He arranged the situation for me. Sometimes a difficult situation. If one is adamantly attached to material existence, the Lord may, He may mete out a plan by which He can bring the devotee to His lotus feet. So that is the way, that's called special mercy. So, in essence, when you talk about the honey of Krishna's lotus feet, that is only experienced by devotees who take to Krishna consciousness sincerely, seriously, strictly. Then Krishna gives the taste of His lotus feet. Otherwise, He may give something short of His lotus feet, which can keep us going in some kind of devotional service. And how do you know that one has attained the mercy of Krishna? The Pracheta is saying, like a Parijata flower has so much stock of honey. The honeybee which roams here and there, when it comes to Parijata flower, it doesn't go anywhere else. It just stays there. Like that, there is one verse which says, you all can repeat this verse. We will conclude with Madhurameva Samapayet, we say, no? End with a very beautiful verse. Parijate anjasa labdhe sarangan anyanna sevate twadangri moolam asadya sakshat kim vridimahi. See, Parijate anjasa labdhe. And while moving from flower to flower, one bumblebee got the Parijata flower, which is Krishna's lotus feet. Similarly, a devotee is thinking, there is happiness in food, happiness in women, happiness in money, happiness in, great, becoming a business magnate and things like that. But then when he comes to Krishna's lotus feet, one understands, it's like Parijata flower. Anjasa alabde sarangan anyanna sevate. He doesn't go anywhere else, he says. Why? Tadangri moolam asadya sakshat kim nidimai. Why will I go to any other place? Here itself I am getting so much honey. So he put a tent there only. He decided, all my life I will remain here. So when devotee experiences the honey of Krishna's lotus feet, then devotee becomes very sincere, serious, and the devotee's only delight becomes devotional service. So Srila Prabhupada was like that when he took sannyas in 1965, 1959 he took, and 1965 he left for America and he came here, and he became one-pointed and focused in fulfilling the mission of his Guru, because of which we all are able to enjoy the fruits of what Prabhupada harvested, and we are reaping the fruits. And we also should reach these fruits to many more people. So, in the path of Krishna consciousness, we can coast along or drag along, but if we take the message of Bhagavatam seriously, we can practice it with full relish and absorption. Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki. Thank you.